Hello everyone, my name is Ashok Kumar from IHM Kurukshetra and today's session is contract maintenance. After this session, the students would be able to tell different activities which are given on contract in hotel industry and types of contract and methods and procedure involved in tendering and awarding contract. When the maintenance facility is not available in the hotel and due to high cost of maintenance, the hotel industry opts the maintenance activities to be performed by other party. The maintenance department of a hotel work almost behind the scene and it fulfill all important function of providing the atmosphere and comfort demanded by the guest. The main job of maintenance department in hotel is to upkeep of the various system and components used in hospitality industry. These systems include general building operation such as heating, ventilation, air conditioning, electrical and plumbing. Hotel maintenance may include upkeep of refrigeration, elevators, cables, TV, phone lines, personal computer, room furnishings, and lighting and fixtures. This wide scope of maintenance need require a large breadth of expertise from hotel maintenance staff. It also means that maintenance planning is crucial for hotel maintenance success. Now we will discuss the types of contract. And the number one is lump sum contract. In this contract, it is offered by a contract to furnish labor, materials, and equipments necessary to complete a certain defined work as one unit. Here, the work and time period are defined to the contractors, and it does not specify the contractor for the appointment of number of labor and method of doing. The quality of service or the job done has to be certified by hotel supervisor and complete job of work is given as one unit of the job. This type of contract is usually awarded for a specific one-time job on some specific equipment or group of machine or group of work. For example, maintenance of all ovens and burners in the kitchen or maintenance of all heating equipment in the kitchen. And the advantage for this type of contract, it is low cost and definite amount early completion of work. And the disadvantage is the conflict may arise in this type of contract and it can create high cost due to uncertainties. And the next is unit price contract or piece rate contract. In this type of contract, the contractor has to quote separately for each item of work. The nature of work is simple and clearly understood. Quality of work should be well defined, otherwise dispute will arise. The rates and work schedules are predefined and predetermined. For example, if a contractor has to maintain a set kitchen ovens, replacement of each item such as burner, valves, and gas pipeline could have different rates for maintenance. The advantage for this type of contract that it is economical and elasticity is there, and the absence of uncertainties because the work is already predefined and predetermined. And the disadvantage is that there may be conflicting interest because of classification of materials. And the next is combination contract. Generally, a combination of both lump sum and piece rate contract is adopted as a via media for the contract work. Other conditions or requirements like quality and time of completion are also laid down for the job to be completed as per schedules. And the next is service contract. This type of contract is usually made for a year-round routine, and it usually involves preventive and scheduled maintenance of a plant, and the contractor is needed to carry out these activities for a specific period of time. The equipment and machinery which need to be attended for regular checkup for its maintenance and working. Some of the service which are called for one-time repair and maintenance work come under the service contract or service cell. It is a contract between the company and specialist or the manufacturer service department. And the activities which come under service contract are maintenance of engines, air conditioning plant, swimming pools, water treatment plant, etc. And some of the types of service contract that are entered into agreement with the hotel industry are supply contract of raw material on day-to-day basis, like supply of vegetables and fruits, supply of meat products, supply of milk products, supply of ice cream, supply of groceries, supply of cold drinks and packaged drinking water, etc. And service contract for providing services on regular basis, like lighting contractor for function, flower decorator for parties, computer software and hardware service engineer, AC and diesel engineers service contract, services of medical officer for visiting the hotel, and service of architect and special engineer of maintenance of special equipments, lift maintenance contract, painting contract, pest control contract, and labor contract. And these service contracts are need based and rates are freezed for a definite period of time. During that period, whenever he is called for rendering his services and will be paid accordingly. Service contracts can be either labor contract only or labor with materials. And the next is tendering and awarding contracts. When the work or job is given to an outside agency in a hotel, then it is an act of outsourcing. And that cannot be given according to the desire of hotel. There are certain norms and regulations laid down by Labor and Industry Act. And there are certain guidelines that hotel has to follow while giving job on contract. Like Identify the job to be given on contract. After careful analysis of the jobs which cannot be performed and done easily in the hotel and which involves better skilled and highly technical knowledge is required, those jobs are only listed down for outsourcing. And the next is preparation of job specification. It is very essential for any maintenance engineer or supervisor to prepare the specification of the job in detail. The job which is to be done on contract should have breakup into small activities. The plan and process of completing the task should be described along with the quality and quantity of jobs should be subjective and standard should be specified. And next is sending inquiries. Inquiries with all specifications of job or work and duration of job completion to be clearly written down. For example, starting and finishing time of the job is very important. Inquiries should be sent to the proper service contractor who are into the same field and have a consideration experience in carrying out such services of maintenance. And inquiries to a minimum of 3 suitable contractors should send to get their different rates for carrying and analyzing the capacity of the suitable contractor. And the next is obtaining quotation. The submission of the offer in response to the inquiries have to give before the stipulated date and time. After quotation are obtained, they have to be opened on the day and time specified in front of contractors. And the next is preparation of comparative statement of the offer. After the quotations are opened and listing of the rates and terms and conditions of service are to be tabulated for identifying the best and the lowest offer. This process of putting all the contractor's terms and conditions, including rates, are brought to a common platform for analysis. This act is called comparative statement and study of supplier contractors. And the next is negotiation for rates and services. The contractors of lowest offer and second lowest offer should be called for negotiation to further reduction of rates and discuss and clarify some of the working conditions and facilities being offered by the contractors. And the next is finalizing the contractor and releasing of work order. After selecting the contractor, he has to be issued with work order or purchase order for carrying out the job or work as per the terms and conditions of the contract. An agreement has to be signed between the company and the contractor. And finally, to the payment to contractors. The payment to contractors shall be made only after the job is completed and checked by one of the representative of the organization or hotel and certifying the completion of satisfactory of the work contract. Now, general terms and conditions of contract. When the contract job is given, there are certain terms and conditions of contract, and some of them are description of work. The description of nature of work is to be written in detail, including the time for completion of work is defined. The manpower being employed for the work is specified. Safety of the contractor staff shall be the responsibility of contractor only. Necessary tools and equipments required for carrying out the work shall be taken care by the contractor. Electricity, water, and other facilities shall be rendered by the organization or hotel. Timing of work are to be followed as per the hotel industry rule. Contractor employees should not indulge in any activity which is banned by the hotel industry and should not cross their working area and enter into the premises of the hotel staff. Medical and other fringe benefits of the company shall not be entitled for the contractor's employee. Transport to and fro for the work to be carried out shall be taken care by the contractors only. After the work is completed, a certification by competent authority assigned by the management shall have to be obtained for successfully completion of job. Spare parts and equipments required to be used in the work shall have the prior approval of the competent authority. Bills for the work done or services should have the approval of the supervisor of the hotel for forwarding to the accounts or finance for clearing of payment. Any other works which are not included in contract shall be carried out as per the instruction of the hotel managers, and the rates could negotiate and settle. In case there is any change in the employees and their insurance to be taken approval from the employer. All contractor employees should follow the rules and regulation and discipline of the hotel or the employer. And in the end, I would like to say that it is clear that giving work on contract is very important in the hotel, though it is not a revenue generating activity directly such as F&B or accommodation. Proper and regular maintenance definitely saves a lot of money by reducing downtime of machine and equipment, and by maintaining uninterrupted service of the facilities. It ensures guest satisfaction. And now there are some important questions from this topic. I hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.